It's a silver fox office for the box office foxes. It's a silver fox office with Elsie and Mike.
Welcome to the Silver Fox Office, where we are on the quest to find the foxiest old guy in cinema. I'm Elsie.
And I'm Mike.
And Mike, are you wearing anything special today?
You ask me that so often.
Mike, what are you wearing?
Welcome to our Halloween episode. We are in full costume, which means I'm wearing a fucking mask.
Right now, I am looking at a mask, and the mask is looking back at me.
I'm going to take the mask off now.
Please do, because I don't think I would be able to go.
Do you think anyone could actually hear or understand what I was saying?
I really hope so. I also hope more that they couldn't.
It's just going to be like,
so funny.
Hi, I'm Elsie.
We actually, Mike's 20,000 leagues under the sea right now. Apologies.
Yep, so we're both in full costume. I am no longer because I took off the mask. But Elsie, what are you wearing? How are you dressed?
I am wearing a saucy little number. No, I am dressed as Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis from the original 1978 John Carpenter's Halloween.
Yes.
Mike, what are you wearing?
I'm dressed as a little couture number. I'm dressed as Ghostface from Scream, lovingly made by Elsie and her family.
The entire family. We all got together and we said, "Be damned, Mike is going as Ghostface."
Yeah. I'm so happy. I wore it at a thing on Saturday night, and there was a costume competition, and I came third.
Who would have thought?
Very fun. So I'm very grateful for my costume. So the mask is off, but I am still wearing essentially a blanket with dangly bits.
It kind of looks a bit comfy, I'm not going to lie.
It is actually. It's almost like a muumuu.
Yeah, we could make you one in like fleece, and that could be like an
hoodie type thing.
Hoodie but stepped up.
This is great because also I can feel that my t-shirt has like ridden up over my belly.
Are you wearing a crop top right now?
Unintentionally, but you can't see. This is mummy's special clothing.
Welcome to the Silver Fox Office, where Mike is wearing a crop top. Okay.
I think there's a lot of 80s horror that has people wearing crop tops. So this is
my favourite thing about 80s horror is the amount of men with their hairy tummies out.
Hairy tummies and a lot of bulge and very short shorts. It's a great time.
And we go crazy every time.
Yeah.
Mike, watch any good film lately?
Oh, God, I haven't thought about this at all. What have I done? Oh, geez, I need to have a look at what I've been doing. I've been trying to continue my Halloween watching a different movie every day, but I've completely fallen off. I've stopped it completely accidentally.
It happens.
It's where we are. So after our last chat, which I believe I just watched The Witches the last time.
Yes, I remember that.
So since then I've watched the original The Town That Dreaded Sundown, which I'd never seen before. Have you heard of that one?
I've heard of it, but I wouldn't even be able to tell you anything about it.
It's from 1976.
Oh,
and
great, yeah.
It's like one of the first slashers, you know. It's sort of up there with like Halloween and Psycho of being some of the ones that created the formula, right? But it's based on a real serial killer from Pensacola, Texas.
Wow.
And that Pensacola has like a Town That Dreaded Sundown showing every year around Halloween. So it's a big tradition in that part of the world. And I've never seen it. I've always wanted to. Finally got around to it. It's absolute dog shit.
Bugger it.
It's not I gave it a 3. It's not absolute dog shit, but it's just not.
It's not good.
Great. It's like it's too like. There's too much cop procedural, and they can't quite figure out if they want to be a cop procedural or a horror or a slasher. Or there's weird comedy moments. There's a really weird like comic relief side character that doesn't work.
Trying to do too much.
Yeah. So I watched that. I watched The Brides of Dracula from 1960, which is a sequel to Dracula, the Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing Dracula, which was fun. Evil Dead Rise.
Oh yeah.
Which I really liked. Some other stuff. I finished watching the Chucky films. So I watched Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky.
God, there are a few, aren't there?
There are. And like I love Chucky. I'm wearing Chucky socks
You've got your Chucky
right
socks on.
this second. Um, and I like I've watched all of them quite a lot, except for Seed of Chucky, because I watched Seed of Chucky.
That's the one where he has a kid.
He has a kid, yeah,
Which is a crazy name.
2004. So I watched it. I might have been like 14 or 15 or somewhere around there, roughly when it first came out, and I hated it so much.
Oh my God.
And since then I've been like, that's the worst in the franchise. Back then I would have rated it a 1 if Letterboxd existed.
If Letterboxd was a thing.
But rewatching it, I was like, actually, there's some really cool progressive gender stuff in here.
Oh,
There's some really
there you
cool
go.
queer stuff.
Which was few and far between at that time.
I mean, their child is non-binary, and they didn't have those words. You know, those words weren't public knowledge then, but they had a non-binary child. Sort of played for laughs, but not in an offensive way.
Yeah.
And this is from someone who is a cisgendered person, so obviously mileage may vary.
Open for discussion.
Some of the comedy doesn't work, but I still think it's great. Jennifer Tilly and a dual performance as Tiffany and as Jennifer Tilly. Excellent.
See, I always I remember that I'm not as well versed on the Chucky films, but I remember that being a thing where she plays both herself and she also plays Bride Chucky.
Yeah.
I think it's masterfully done. I love Jennifer Tilly.
She actually gives an incredible performance in a movie that doesn't really deserve it. And that kind of adds something special to it. You're like, this is so camp and so over the top. And that's what Chucky is.
Yeah, cemented itself.
So I had a really great time with that. I also saw Smile 2 at the cinema. Loved the first Smile. Loved Smile 2. So good. And shocked to see how low the rating of the first one was, because I was like, That's a genuinely good film. A lot of people don't like it. But no, I thought it was really fun. It does trauma in a fun way.
Which we need sometimes.
Yeah, right? Everything needs to have different ways of looking at it. You know, trauma is something that you have to take very seriously, but you can also have fun with it, because it is something that everyone experiences to a lesser or greater degree.
To a degree.
And I think it is something that everyone should be able to relate to on a little bit, on some level. So, you know, having a spectrum of that is really good. I also saw, for the second time in the cinema, The Substance. What a treat. The second time around, what a treat. I want to go see it again. Love it.
It's a great film.
I absolutely love it so much.
I actually saw a picture that Jack Antonoff posted where he FaceTimed his wife, Margaret Qualley, while she was on the set of The Substance.
Oh my God.
Wearing her, no spoilers, costume from the end of the film. So it's just Margaret and the big screen, and then the little screen is Jack. And it's just, I love the concept of calling your wife while she's at work and she's wearing her costume.
That's so funny. And one thing I was wondering, weird thing to wonder, obviously she dyes her hair, right?
Yes.
I mean, she's in her 60s, her hair is jet black, she's got to be dyeing it. Her pubic hair is also jet black. So are they dyeing her pubic hair? And if so, would that sting? I imagine.
I've heard of people dyeing their pubic hair before. I've heard stories of it just burnt it all off. Because surprisingly, it's quite fine hair. It might sometimes, depending on who it is, have a coarser texture, but I don't know. She
could have been wearing a merkin as well. Merkins exist.
She could be in a merkin. I also I know the whole plot of the film was and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before on the Poddy C. I know the whole plot was meant to be Demi Moore has a banging bod.
Yeah.
But everyone in the film is fucked up and doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
But I genuinely was watching that film absolutely captivated by her. I was she is so sexy.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable that I had to sit there and suspend my disbelief long enough to be yeah, everyone thinks she's old. Because I was I probably would have been talking to everyone are we on crazy pills right now?
Also the fact that the character just turned 50 and it's oh, my career's over at 50. And Demi Moore is 61.
Exactly. And she's which is also, can I just say, I love it when two films are wildly different but have the same plotline, because that's also kind of the plot line from the film The House Bunny with Anna Faris.
Yes, yeah.
Where it's I've just turned 30, my life's over, I'm super old.
Yeah.
kind of the same premise.
Yeah.
And I also identified film with the same premise, and that was, and also spoiler alert if you haven't seen either of these films, the film Maxine, the recent,
I haven't seen Maxine, and you're going to spoil it for me.
I'm so sorry. Maxine and Longlegs effectively have the same plot twist.
Oh.
Which I'm not going to elaborate on what that means, but I find it really funny because Osgood Perkins, who directed Longlegs, before either film came out, went on record being like, I'm not going to see Maxine in the cinema because I think like it's a disgrace to horror, like and went on this massive tirade about those films. And then it was really funny to me because I watched both of them back to back and I was like, oh cool, they are the same film.
That's so silly.
Do not go and shit on other people's horror films until you know yourself. Because also, as you were talking about Smile, and you really liked them,
Yeah.
but people giving them low ratings, I think you and I grew up watching a lot of horror.
Yeah.
And we've watched a lot of bad horror.
Yeah.
And we've watched a lot of bad horror and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that are getting into horror these days are watching the likes of Smile and being like, it's not perfect, I don't like it. Like, it's not a Jordan Peele film or whatever. But it's like, you have to watch some shitters and realize that even though they're shitters, they're still really good horror films.
Yeah, and like
not to say Smile's a shitter, I've never seen either of them, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect to be a good horror film.
Yeah, and I mean also horror, like genuinely, a lot of people that review horror don't actually like horror.
Yeah.
You know, for newspapers and stuff, it's like the Ebert and Siskel and Ebert being like, I hated the Friday the 13th movies. They're terrible. They're an assault. And I'm like, no, you just don't like these sorts of movies.
And I do movie reviews, and I used to do them through work. Mike and I both did. I've now moved it to a Substack newsletter, and there's something that I'm so like, I always talk about it so much when I do reviews, which is like, I will never tell somebody not to watch a film, if that makes sense, because I just hate the idea of me being like, don't watch this film's terrible, and it's actually, I just don't like those kind of films.
Yeah.
Or just because I don't like it doesn't mean somebody else is going to like it. So I will review a film, I will tell you what I liked, I will tell you what I thought worked, I'll tell you what I thought didn't work.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's always going to be, you should still definitely watch this film.
Absolutely.
But also, if you read the review and go, from what you've said, sounds like I won't like this film, and you choose not to watch it from that, then sure.
Yeah.
You're well within your rights to do that. But I don't like this idea of critics being like, this fucking sucked. And it's like, have you ever just thought maybe you don't like those kind of films? Yeah. Maybe you don't like film as much as you thought you did.
Maybe you're a pretentious prick.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If you are a critic and you review a film and you like shit on it, and then I come to find out that you're also a really big fan of Roman Polanski, your views are invalid to me.
Look, I don't like Roman Polanski, but I love Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's Baby's good, don't get me wrong, but then like would I go out on a limb and say like he's so great, he's just this crazy tortured artist? No, he had like
I would say he's
a good few films.
He's probably a talented director based on Rosemary's Baby, but he is also a pedophile and a rapist.
Yeah.
So.
And are there some places where you can separate art from artists? Maybe. Are there some places where I'm like, I'm not supporting that guy because fuck him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one more, anyway. And there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. I recently was a guest on Mixed Bag for their Halloween episode. And we talked about Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, you would have been
what a film.
Away laughing.
So I highly recommend. I'm not going to talk about it too much now, because if you want to hear my talks, you should listen to Mixed Bag. I had a fun time. I always have a fun time on the Mixed Bag podcast. Also, friend of the pod, Cassandra Teese is one of the co-hosts. So go check that out.
Please do. They've shouted us out. We will continue to shout them out.
Yeah.
It's just two podcasts. Want to see each other do well.
Yeah.
Right.
What have you watched, Elsie?
What haven't I watched? It's probably a better question.
Sound of Music?
No, I didn't watch Sound of Music.
So, you said, what haven't I watched? The Sound of Music.
I've also never seen that movie before.
Oh my God. Get out of my house.
So, anyway, I watched quite a few films. First of all, I watched, and this is, okay, If you actually follow my movie review Substack, this is not going to be a surprise to you. I watched the 1999 film Election, which I think I told you about.
You were talking to me about.
Reese Witherspoon, Chris Klein.
Who's Chris Klein?
Chris Klein is Oz.
My brain went Kevin Klein.
No, it's Oz Stryker from the American Pie films.
Oh, yes.
I was obsessed with Chris Klein when I was young. But also Matthew Broderick is in Election. Election's really good. I saw that the Roxy was showing Election. And then the next day when I did like the movie grid game, Election came up for an Alexander Payne film. And then I saw it on Netflix the next night and I was like, I have to watch it. Like, it's come up now 3 times organically.
It's a sign.
I have to watch it. I loved that film.
Yeah.
It was so, obviously 1999, very 90s film, very problematic. But it was in a way that it was like, it was just so, I don't know, nostalgic for those films made in the 90s. It was a brilliant film. Highly recommend. Then the next, after that, I kid you not, I spent $30 on Apple TV watching M. Night Shyamalan's Trap, the Josh Hartnett film. What the fuck was that about? Okay, so obviously, I feel like everyone knows the premise. Josh Hartnett takes his daughter to a concert. Police are hunting a serial killer. The concert's for Lady Raven, who is played by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. Turns out this film was just a way to like launch M. Night Shyamalan's daughter's music career.
Great.
There was so much Lady Raven in that film, and honestly, like if I was a dad and I had the chance to like do that for my daughter, like essentially give her her own like Eras tour film, I totally would. But that film, I only gave it 2 stars. It was so bad.
My friend Jamie, husband to Cassandra Teese, really likes that film.
Oh my god,
I really enjoyed it. So this is another example. I assume they liked this film. I may be speaking for them.
And maybe they saw something in it that I didn't, but I kid you not, I was really, really struggling to just follow along or to stay interested. It was also, I thought it had weird timing. Like, there were just some parts where Josh Hartnett would, I don't know even how to explain it. It's a weird film. Once again, I'm telling you, go ahead and watch it, but I found it really weird. It didn't gel with me. I then saw, I had a headache and I wanted something really easy to watch and I ended up super captivated. I watched the Netflix documentary The Greatest Night in Pop about the creation of the We Are the World song.
Yes.
I've told everyone I know to watch that documentary now. It was really good. Like I also love the idea of the behind the scenes of something so like it shaped history effectively. Yeah. So to be able to watch that come to life, very good.
Would you recommend that for someone like me who doesn't care about music or pop or?
It was very heavily focused on like the star power of everyone that was there. So it was like, oh my God, Michael Jackson's in the same room and then like Stevie Wonder's here and Harry Belafonte's here. So maybe if you didn't care that much about pop culture in the sense of like music, maybe not.
Okay.
But I still think it was brilliant. Okay. I really liked it. I then watched Woman of the Hour, Anna Kendrick's directorial debut.
Okay.
About Rodney Alcala, the dating game serial killer. I quite liked it.
Yeah.
For Anna Kendrick's first, her directorial debut.
Is she in it?
She is in it. She plays the main girl, Cheryl.
I find that fascinating, the dating game killer.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting case.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot stand Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
Her and Emma Roberts are the same person, and I dislike both.
Anna
of them.
Kendrick is the straight man's best friend. Like, I feel like there's a certain brand of straight man, and this is not me knocking Anna Kendrick either. There's a certain kind of straight man who also really likes Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds and loves bacon. And if you ask him who his like celebrity crushes, he'll probably say Anna Kendrick. And it comes with that same kind of quirky girl sense of humor, I'm not like other girls type thing. Yeah. They probably also really like Jennifer Lawrence. This sounds really weird.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
But I don't mind Anna Kendrick.
She's also supposed to be a terrible person. Like really rude to fans, really nasty, really like do you know who I am level.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It shows how little I know about her.
See, this is one of those confirmation bias things. I read this and I'm like, I knew I didn't like her.
You just needed something to cement that for you.
Yeah.
I thought Women of the Hour, what I will give to this film, it was a scary film. And I think that that's in the sense that they shot these scenes, and it wasn't really linear. There was like a linear storyline with Anna Kendrick and her Cheryl's, story, and then it was interspersed with these kind of different times where this Rodney Alcala had unfortunately killed other women.
Yeah.
And those scenes where he is with those women, and then eventually when he is alone with Anna Kendrick, those scenes were so frightening.
Yeah.
Because they were very realistic. And I think it perfectly, and if you follow me on Letterboxd, it's no surprise, this is my review of it, it perfectly captured those moments where you're like alone with a guy and you suddenly realize that you're not as safe as you thought you were.
Right.
And all of a sudden everything kind of like slows down. You can hear your blood in your ears and that kind of thing. And you're like, fuck, okay, I've fucked up. I'm not safe anymore. Like, I can't believe I trusted this guy. And it plays that very well. And that to me was like, it was a real kind of chilling, like, ooh. So I don't think it was like your conventional horror or thriller or whatever. But I do still think, I gave it a 3.5. I do still think it was pretty good.
Okay.
Yesterday morning, I randomly watched Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh my God, the memories I have of that one.
I remember watching it when I was way too young.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Way too young.
Way too young. I feel like everyone kind of watched it.
Because it was like a 2000, 2001?
2001, yes. And Chris Evans.
So I would have been 10.
Yeah.
And I watched that film. My main memory of that is the musical number towards the end.
About prom.
And the foreign exchange student's line is just, look at me, my breasts are perky. Yes.
Oh, you mean areola?
Yeah, that's like...
The bit that I always remember...
Is her name Areola?
Her name's Areola.
I would not have gotten that when I was 10 years old.
What I remember is the Cruel Intentions parody between Chris Evans and his sister, and the bit where she's trying to like rub on him and he's like, you're my sister, and she's like, only by blood. Disgusting.
Oh, and the bit where she's like sitting on the floor and she sort of moves forward and there's just this awful suction noise.
It's a really good film, guys. Everyone go out and watch it.
No, the best joke in it has to be when she's painting the picture of her mother. And then Chris Evans says, you have her eyes. And then it's just a stick figure.
No, you know the bit
that is a
good me in yesterday is when they parody 10 Things I Hate About You, and he goes on the bleachers to sing to her, but he sings Janie Has a Gun.
Yes.
And everyone's like, oh my God, she's got a gun. She gets tased. Oh, it's so funny.
I feel like this is the sort of film that is a lot more fun to talk about than to watch.
It's such a random one to watch, but I had so many like memories of it. So when I like watched it back, I could also kind of quote it at the same time. It's really bad.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay.
Has it aged? Like, I mean, is there lots of homophobic, transphobic?
It's weird in a way that the off-color jokes they make were off-color at the time, but done in like a parodying sense. And I guess you could also say that, ironic racism is still racism, that kind of thing, because there's like the token black character,
guy.
And but it's also very aware of the fact, and they make fun of these two like conjoined twins. And that one, I don't think it's more like ironic at the time. It's kind of like they're making fun of these girls. Strangely enough, there's like, not that I can remember, a lot of like gay or jokes or anything like that. A lot of the jokes are more about like sexuality, as in like
being sexy.
Yeah, being sexy and that kind of thing.
Oh my God, I just remembered the old woman.
Out
with.
Catherine, that bit was crazy to watch.
Repulsive.
It was in the bloody spit string. Oh, it was so gnarly. It's a really crazy film.
Oh.
But yeah, I watched that yesterday morning, and then yesterday evening, oh my God, I went to the Roxy and I watched the original 1976 Carrie.
Oh, one of the greatest horror movies.
Oh my God.
What a good film.
Can I just say, even though really good film, can I just talk about an objectively hilarious part of that
Oh
film?
God.
Chris Hugginson
Yeah.
is giving Billy, I can't remember his surname, John Travolta,
Yeah.
head in his car. So she's going down on him.
Yes.
For some reason, she's doing the talking.
Oh Billy. Oh Billy.
Yeah, and then she goes, I hate Carrie White. And
Yeah.
he goes, who? The whole cinema was on fire. Like, it was so funny. Because for me, I was hung up on why is she talking? And then
Also, with crystal clear enunciation.
that's what she's talking. Her mouth's not full. I'm so sorry.
No. Either she's not doing anything or John Travolta has a tiny penis.
It was so funny to me that she just randomly brings up Carrie and then his immediate response is who? Because fair enough.
Yeah.
Also, that film, Carrie White would have loved Sun-Bleached Flies by Ethel Cain, is all I'm saying. That film, I honestly, if I had been watching it at home, I probably would have paused it after Tommy and Carrie had their kiss on stage, and I'd turn the TV off and I'd been like, in my version of things, Carrie is happy.
That, like, no joke, that movie and the book make me cry. It is just, and it's just seeing everyone be so nice to her.
And Tommy is genuinely nice to her. And
I think a lot of the students are as well. Obviously, there are
those girls
at the prom scene. There are terrible ones, but I think there are a couple that are genuinely nice and happy to see her have a glow up.
That girl that walks her into the prom and she like has her arm around her.
We'll
and
dance
like,
with each other.
Exactly. It's like and also I do think that that's potentially like when you're somebody like Carrie, when you're being bullied and that you have this feeling that everyone is laughing at you.
Of course, yeah.
And you see that when she's on stage and she's looking around and she can see her teacher laughing at her when obviously her teacher would not be laughing at her. But I saw an interesting TikTok the other day where somebody was talking about the fact that all film adaptations of Carrie fail on some level when they keep casting like straight size or skinny actresses as Carrie.
Carrie's plump in the book.
There's context to why they choose pig's blood.
Yeah.
And when they throw it on her.
Yeah.
That is also to say that Sissy Spacek, incredible actress.
She is incredible and she is beautiful.
Yeah.
But she's also kind of weird looking beautiful. She's beautiful in an unconventional way. It's the eyes.
It's the white eyelashes as well, because I don't know if anyone's seen the Fuck Off 2013 remake with Chloe Grace Moretz.
Discussed on last year's Mixed Bag Halloween episode.
There we go. Chloe Grace Moretz is just a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl and she looks like she knows what an iPhone is.
Yeah.
Whereas like Carrie, also because iPhones were invented when Carrie in 1976 was made, obviously, I genuinely think Sissy Spacek does bring an unconventional... Because you look at Carrie later at the prom and you're like, Jesus, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's the long hair, it's like the weird clothing, it's like she's very quiet. It's so brilliant.
Yeah, she's incredible.
I honestly...
Can I just... And the 2013 movie's defense, which I do not like that movie, but Julianne Moore is very good.
I was sitting in the cinema and I was like, who plays the mum? And then I was like, I think it's Julianne Moore.
And
then I Googled it on the way home and I was like, it is Julianne Moore.
And she's really good.
She is really good in it. She's like the only good thing about that film.
Also, can we just talk about Piper Laurie in the original Carrie as Margaret White?
Oh my God.
One of the greatest performances in horror.
When Carrie sends the knives flying at her and she looks like she ends up in the same position as the Jesus statue from the prayer cupboard, one of the greatest film symbolism moments.
Which is in the book it's much different because Carrie just uses telekinesis to stop her heart.
Oh,
so
I like the knives.
I agree. I think the movie ending
is so good in that. Also, I was looking at that Edna, is her name Edna, in the hat? The one that wears that stupid...
I think it's Tina.
It's Tina, that wears the stupid hat the whole time. And then I was like, oh, that's PJ Souls.
Yes,
that's
from Halloween.
Vandercock from Halloween. I was like, I knew her.
Yeah.
Also, fuck those girls. But God, was Sue Snell beautiful.
Just stunning.
I was looking at Sue Snell, like, she has such a gorgeous face. Oh, my God. Anyway, saw Carrie in the cinema. Can safely say that I've seen Carrie in cinema and I'm better for it.
Yeah. Also, it starred Betty Buckley as the teacher, Miss Collins.
Oh,
Sorry, it's Norma, not Tina. PJ
Norma.
Soles plays Norma.
I said Edna.
But Betty Buckley, who went on to play Margaret White in Carrie the Musical in the 80s. Yeah.
Wow.
Not a great
Okay,
production,
well.
but Carrie the Musical started off really bad, but it has since been fixed.
I was really confused by her being called Miss Collins because I remembered her as Mrs. Jardin.
Desjardins.
And I was like, who the fuck's Miss Collins? And then I realised I was like, oh, she's Desjardins in the book and in the 2013 one, I think, when she's played by Judy Greer.
Is she?
I'm pretty
Right.
sure she's Desjardins in
And
the
she's
2013.
something else in the musical as well.
Oh, perfect.
She's a third thing.
She's a secret third thing.
Yeah.
I do love Carrie. I just think I would have done anything. Because also, I was talking about this with my sister because we went to see Carrie together. The bit at the start where Carrie gets her first period and she's very confused and she's looking for help. Whilst I do think the girls responded in a way that was like way over the top and unnecessarily cruel, there was part of me that was like, they're teenage girls and somebody with blood all over her hands was trying to touch you with it. Like, yeah, you would probably turn and be like, what the fuck is going on?
And groupthink as well.
Yeah. But I will give it that for a 1976 film, apart from the fact that there's that weird scene where they're all running around a steamy locker room and the Nud, Bod and Bush out, which is inaccurate. I do think for that kind of pack mentality of girls, for such an old film, they kind of got it like straight on the nose, where it was like, Carrie's different, so she's just being bullied for that. And all the girls are like unnecessarily cruel to her. I was like, God, this is actually quite accurate.
Yeah.
Which a lot of films don't get.
Yeah.
So, should we actually talk about what we're here to talk about?
No, let's keep talking about Carrie.
I could do a whole bloody podcast on Carrie, but alas, it's not what we're here for. It is the Silver Fox office, and I will explain to you what a silver fox is in case you're unfamiliar. A silver fox in and of itself is somebody we have picked over the age of 45. We say 45 not because we think that that's when you're old, but we think that that's a good kind of, it's a good line in the sand to start working up from. So they just have to be older than 45 and hopefully going grey. They don't have to be grey. They could be going grey or may someday be grey, because they could be Demi Moore. They could be dyeing their hair.
Yeah.
But also it could be Demi Moore. It's not gendered.
Yeah.
It can be man, woman. They can be non-binary. They can be anything in between.
Yeah.
They just have to be over 45 and devastatingly attractive.
Yeah. We just want to have to do them personally.
Yeah. On a personal level.
Yeah.
So, Mike, do you want to explain to us how the Halloween free-for-all is going to work?
So obviously, usually what we'd do is we'd pick an actor and then we'd watch a film each and come back and discuss. So obviously, famously, first episode, Elsie picked Steve Buscemi, king of our hearts, king of the podcast. So this time we've decided Halloween, spooky season, we're going to do a free-for-all, a Halloween free-for-all. A little bit experimental. Our hope is to do this for like Christmas or maybe Valentine's Day or, special occasions. So basically we just pick a type of film that has a silver fox in it, and then we report back. So obviously we've picked Halloween film, which could be a horror film. It could just be a general spooky film. Anything that you'd watch.
Charlie Brown's Halloween.
It could be. We all want to fuck Snoopy.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
I want to treasure Snoopy.
I don't like dogs. I want Snoopy far away from me.
Snoopy's a friend.
As long as Woodstock lives up to his name.
Leave that little bird alone. We have already gone off the rails.
No. Yeah, so we've both picked movies that you could theoretically watch on like Halloween night, lights off, popcorn. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the general vibe. So we've not got one actor, we've just got a genre, basically. So, have I explained that correctly?
I think you have.
Have I missed anything?
No, I think we're good to go.
So obviously, because this is like a special episode, we're not going to follow the usual pattern of who goes first.
We're going to do our favourite game for audio only, which is Paper, Scissors, Rock. And we'll narrate it.
Are we ready?
Okay. Paper, scissors, rock.
I went scissors. Elsie
I went rock. So that means I go first.
Wow, incredible.
Oh, Mike's really scared that I've picked his film.
I feel like you have.
But I have this funny feeling that I haven't.
I'm going to throw a hissy fit if you have.
Okay. I'm going to say the actor first. And then.
Okay.
For the Halloween free-for-all, I have picked the fox, Tony Todd of the original Candyman.
Oh, yes! Okay, I have not picked any Tony Todd film. Okay.
In case anyone hasn't seen Candyman, I just need to preface with saying Tony Todd's 6'5".
Is he 6'5"? Is he that tall?
He's 6'5".
Tony tall.
And he walks out in this scene in Candyman in the parking garage. He's wearing these like plaid trousers with these like loafers and this massive fur coat,
yes.
And you suddenly forget his murderous rampage and his hook hand.
Yeah.
Because you hear this deep, like rumbling voice.
Raspy.
He is 6'5", and you're like, honestly?
Yeah.
Candyman.
He can get into my honey pot.
Honest to God, like I don't even care that your ribcage is made of bees. I don't even care.
Yeah. He's also really good in the Final Destination franchise, where he's in all of them but one. I think it's either 3 or 4 that he's not in. And he's in all the rest. And his voice is just incredible.
If you listen to the last episode, our fox was Clancy Brown. And I have seen a lot of clips come up because Clancy Brown is in the Penguin TV series.
Yes.
And I have realised that while Clancy Brown has gotten older, his voice sounds exactly the same as when he was young.
Yeah.
It's that same like deep, Tony Todd's deep, like there's like this gravelly.
Yeah.
It is life-changing.
It's really good.
I was struggling to think of a fox because I had so much to choose from. I was like, oh my God, I really need to narrow down. And then I remembered that Candyman existed, and I had never actually seen it. I remember it from my childhood, but I hadn't actually watched it. And so I said, I was at my folks this weekend, and I said, I'm going to watch Candyman. And my mum goes, I'll watch that with you.
Yep.
We watched Candyman.
Did you watch the original?
Yeah.
There's like a 2018.
I watched the original. Was it 1992?
Yeah.
I think. No, there's another 2021 one, but no, I watched the original. The one with Virginia Madsen.
Yeah.
Who also exceptionally beautiful.
Oh my God, her hair
like
is
so beautiful.
stunning.
And her friend in the film Bernadette, a beautiful, like really beautiful cast, by the way. But no, as soon as I saw Tony Todd stalking across that parking garage, I knew we were in.
What? Have you ever done the Candyman thing in the mirror or a Bloody Mary thing?
When we were in,
because you've got to look in the mirror and say Candyman 5 times.
Bloody Mary's 3.
Yeah.
When I was a child, I remember being at school and we were in the girls' toilets with all the lights turned off, and we said Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror. And I remember being so scared. Obviously, nothing happened. I remember being so scared. But then we were watching the film, well, like yesterday. Or no, maybe it was Saturday. I was like putting the film on, and my sister came in, and I said that I was watching Candyman because I was doing it for the podcast. And she was like, Who's the fox? And I was like, Tony Todd. And she like looked at the pic and she was like, oh yeah. And I was like, he's 6'5". And there was like a mirror hanging behind her on the wall, and I quickly was like, Candyman. Because I know what I want.
Yeah. And that's Tony Todd.
So that is I've got some honorable mentions, but obviously we'll get to that because Mike, I need to know, who's your fox? Who's your film?
Okay. So I've picked 2.
Oh my God, of course you have.
But they are linked.
Okay, oh God.
And there's not one singular fox. There are
ensemble?
At least 4.
It's a fox ensemble.
It's a fonsemble.
It's a fonsemble. Sure.
So
we'll workshop it.
I have picked the original film and the sequel of The Addams Family. Raul Julia, Angelica Houston, Joan Cusack, fucking Christine Baranski.
Brilliant choices.
As soon as we talked about this, I was like, Angelica Houston and Raul Julia are in my head.
Raul Julia is so sexy to me.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was obsessed with him growing up.
I was obsessed with Angelica Houston.
Oh my god, she's so fit.
I actually had a dream last night.
She came to you in a dream.
That, like, it was a whole Sunset Boulevard thing where Angelica Houston was Norma Desmond and I was Joe Gillis. Like, I can't remember how, but I was at her house. Like, I was doing something at, like, a neighbor's house, and she turned up and she was the neighbor, and we just, like, became friends, but sort of not friends. Like, she was sort of just, like, really, like, a huge diva and really scary, and she kept reading my tarot cards.
Can you write this into a film?
I was like promoting my show, and I'm like, please, Angelica Houston, come see my community theatre musical.
You can sit next to me and my sister Angelica.
And one of my really good friends in the musical, Karen, was, shout out Karen if you're listening.
Hi Karen.
Was like, oh, I don't like Angelica Houston. She was an absolute bitch. Like,
oh my god!
Apparently she watched this like documentary in my dream that was like, not a documentary, like a one-woman show on tape that Angelica Houston did. She was like, oh yes, my boyfriend died. Ha ha ha. This is obviously not representative of Angelica Houston
Please
at
write
all.
this into like a film though, or like a one-woman play where you play Angelica Houston and yourself and Karen.
I would never do that to Angelica Houston.
Oh my god.
Or Karen. I would never want to play Karen. I have too much respect.
That is such a good shout. I recently saw pictures of Joan Cusack from Addams Family Values.
She's great.
Woof.
The
Woof
whole
the highest
cast.
degree. Oh.
And also, I mean, obviously in the film she's a child, but Christina Ricci
Grew up.
is a beautiful woman now.
Buffalo 66.
Yeah. But I would definitely not say that Addams Family is her at her most attractive.
No, of course she's a child.
But, you know.
Have you seen Wednesday, the TV series?
No.
She's one of the teachers in the Wednesday TV
Really?
series. Yep. And Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones plays like the headmaster. Yep. And the new season that's about to come out, the new headmaster, Deep Buscemi.
Okay, more incentive to watch it.
And Jen Ortega's there, so
and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
And Catherine Zeta-Jones and Louise Guzman.
Yeah.
It's I really liked it. I watched it one weekend because I'd seen everyone talking about it, and I was like, oh, it's going to be an easy watch, and I was invested.
Yeah.
They did keep trying to make this weird love triangle happen that was just like, but, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Have you seen the Addams Family films? Addams Family and Addams Family Values?
Yes, I remember watching them when I was young.
Yeah, they're ones that I grew up on.
Yeah.
Like, along with Beetlejuice. They're films that really cemented the spooky bitch that I am, I swear. I can quote whole sections of that film.
I used to love the Munsters. Like, I watching a lot of the Munsters because I really liked Fred Gwynne.
I love Fred Gwynne.
As... obviously as Herman Munster,
yeah.
But then also as the guy from Pet Sematary.
Yes. Judd Crandall.
Judd Crandall. And the judge from My Cousin Vinny.
Yep.
But then I also obviously the Addams Family and the Munsters are closely linked. And you know, there was like that in the Munsters, there was that what was her name? She was like the cousin.
I'm not as familiar with the Munsters as I am with Addams Family.
There's like a cousin that comes to stay. I think her name, I can't even remember what her name is now, but she was like blonde and very beautiful, kind of like Marilyn Monroe, and then she reminds me a lot of like Joan Cusack and the Addams Family Values. They're closely linked.
That happened in the Addams Family show as well.
Yeah.
Morticia's sister comes a couple of times, and I can't remember her name, but she's really...
I'm sure it was the Munsters. Maybe I'm getting them confused. I don't know. Very well.
But honestly, just all of those people and
the
Addams Family films are just fantastic. Ophelia is Monica's sister.
Yeah.
Played by the same actress in the TV show, Carolyn Jones.
Ah.
But, I mean, you can't get sexier than Angelica Houston and Raul Julia as Gomez and Morticia.
Just have such a beautiful relationship as well.
Oh.
Very accepting of each other for all their airs and graces, for all their flaws.
Just everyone. And, like, Dana Ivey as Margaret, who's like a small side character, has a really interesting arc in the films, because in the first one she's married to the lawyer. She's like a normal person. She's like really, you know, shocked and appalled by a lot of the stuff that the Addams do, and she's really uncomfortable. And then by the second one she's married into the family, and she's just like, welcome to the family.
She's well immersed.
And it's just, I'm like, I want her story. I want her autobiography.
I remember distinctly loving Lurch, who was it Carl Struckland?
Yes.
Who was fantastic in Gerald's Game.
Yes.
By the way.
And Men in Black as well.
Men in Black. I always loved Lurch. For some reason, Lurch was like my favorite
He's a
character.
sweetie.
And then obviously you need a good Uncle Fester and a good Grandmama.
Yeah.
Because Uncle Fester in the Wednesday series is Fred Armisen,
Okay, that's
which
good.
seems a bit weird, but it works. And then a good Cousin It
Yes.
and Thing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But no, I used to love Carl Struckland as Lurch. I loved the idea of this having this big like Frankenstein type um housekeeper butler.
Also, Nathan Lane makes a small cameo in the second one. And I love Nathan Lane.
How good's Nathan Lane?
And it's interesting, like the cameo in Addams Family Values is actually not great because like he can do so much. He's doing
Yeah.
the best he can with the cameo, but you're like,
I would like to
This
see
is
more of this man.
almost a waste of Nathan Lane because
Yeah.
he can do so much, right?
He's so brilliant.
But he went on to originate the role of Gomez in Addams Family, the musical.
The
in
musical.
2010.
Oh,
Yeah.
go Nathan Lane. I remember watching Barefoot Contessa with Ina Garten, and Nathan Lane was her guest at the table, and it was such a good episode.
He's such a funny
He's
man.
brilliant.
Yeah.
He is so brilliant. Oh, what a pick.
Yeah. So big fan. As soon as I knew we were going to talk about Addams Family because just what a film.
I did really like dive into like horror because that's what I watch at Halloween.
Yeah.
I always watch like horror films. I've made a bit of a list before of like a one for every day of Halloween.
Yeah.
Of Halloween of October, should I say. So I knew I was gonna go horror, but I'm so glad that you went kind of like horror adjacent.
Yeah.
But lighthearted
Yeah.
and hunky, like full of beautiful cast.
I mean, look, if you go to a ball and Angelica Houston as Morticia and Raul Julia there as Gomez, and they're like, hey, we saw you across the bar and we really like your vibe.
I'm there.
You're going to be like, yeah,
I'm there.
whatever you want.
Raul, oh my God. Yeah.
Raul Julia, that photo of him as Dracula on Broadway,
Holy shit.
what a beautiful...
I remember being really young and being like, this guy is really hunky, and then realizing that like other, like my friends and stuff, like did not find like old kind of spooky looking guys in pinstripe suits hunky, and I was
No.
like, we're not the same.
Well, I mean, they're wrong.
Yeah.
They are clearly in the
Literally,
wrong.
he is so sexy.
Yeah. Love
And-
a pinstripe suit.
Oh my God. And I love the whole like, I don't know. I love their relationship, and I know a lot of people are like, they turn it into like a meme these days and be like, name me somebody like
Yeah.
Gomez and Morticia, but I mean it. Like it's so serious.
Imagine having them as parents. You would feel so loved and so supported.
They're so brilliant. And
Also, Christine Baranski is in the second one. Can we talk about Christine Baranski?
Christine Baranski, I recently watched Chicago not too long ago.
Oh,
She's great in Chicago. Oh my God, her as Auntie Tanya in Mamma Mia.
yes.
I do love Christine Baranski.
She's just phenomenal. Her and the Birdcage.
Oh yes.
Hilarious. Like, very small part, and she does the best that she can. She's really
so
good as
brilliant.
it. The Gilded Age. Have you watched The Gilded
No.
Age? So it's like New York. Gilded Age is New York mansions and stuff in like the late 1800s, maybe. Please feel free to correct me on that. And it's like that era version of Downton Abbey, written by the same person, and it's that same level of drama and camp. And the cast is incredible. Christine Baranski is one of the main ones. Nathan Lane appears regularly. Donna Murphy appears regularly. Lots of like Broadway actors
Oh my
are in it.
God.
Carrie Coon,
Oh, Carrie Coon.
Audra McDonald.
Oh, I love Audra McDonald.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Have you heard her sing?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, oh my God, who else is in it? What's her name? She was in Sex and the City.
Sarah Jessica Parker?
No.
What's the other one's name?
Cynthia Nixon.
Cynthia Nixon.
Yep. Deborah Monk is in it. Kelly O'Hara is in it. Like this cat, Morgan Spector, Louisa Jacobson,
This might have to be a watch.
Taissa Farmiga,
Oh, she's brilliant.
um,
In very.
Renee Benton. Honestly, Simon Jones. Like the cast.
That's a brilliant cast.
Oh yeah. Celia Keenan Bolger. It's full of Broadway mainstays.
Yeah. I was going to say Audra McDonald.
Yeah. And Patrick Page, who has the deepest singing voice known to man from Hadestown. Oh,
What a king.
what a king. Just honestly, I love that show. And it's full of silver foxes. Full of hunks.
That's going to have to be one of the next watches.
Yeah. We watched season 2. We haven't caught up with season. We watched season 1. Haven't caught up with season 2 or 3 yet.
Good few seasons.
Oh,
That's
mate.
what you want in a TV show these days.
Yeah.
Few and far between.
Yeah. Oh,
How good's Christine Baranski?
love Christine Baranski.
She's so fit. So,
Yes.
do you have any honourable mentions?
No.
Don't.
Oh, I probably do. Let me have a think. You go. You do yours first, and I'll have a little.
I do.
I didn't write these down.
I do. My hardest part about having to do any of these is not being able to put it on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
So I have to keep a note on my phone. So I've got a few, and you're gonna have to hear me out for one of them at least. First one, everyone knows how much I love John Carpenter's original 1978 Halloween, so I've had to put on Tony Moran as the unmasked Michael Myers. When Laurie pulls Michael's mask off when they're fighting on the stairs right before Dr. Loomis takes like 4 million years to pull out his gun and shoot Michael.
Yeah.
When his face is revealed, it's actually Tony Moran. And he's quite hunky. Anyway, then also I wrote this literally in the cinema before I left Carrie last night. I've got William Catt as Tommy Ross.
Yeah.
I hope I got that name right because I literally was reading the credits at the end, writing it down on my phone. Tommy Ross from Carrie, he was so beautiful.
He is.
He was so hunky. Yeah. His hair was lovely, and he was just so kind. And I think it was he was conventionally attractive, obviously, but he was so kind. Now, this is my one you're going to have to hear me out for because this is a bit of a controversial take.
Jesus.
Have you seen the original Last House on the Left from 1972, I think?
Yes, and I'm afraid of where you're going.
Would you still talk to me if I said David Hess is Krug Stilo? It's so crooked. I get it. I get how crooked it is. And
there's a lot that
I'm sorry.
think you need to talk to a psychiatrist
I'm
about.
sorry, this is not about the character, can I add? Because I've seen that film. That film is fucking horrific.
It's not a good film. It's not good. It's so exploitative and not in a fun way that early horror can be.
No, it was like a lot of gratuitous violence. Like it was really horrific. Also, can I add, why did they make like a theme song for the film that was all like happy and joyful, and it's about like 3 friends in a car and we're driving down the street and it's like, why is this the song when you're about to go murder people? But unfortunately they picked a pretty hunky guy to play like the worst character. So David Hess is not about the character. I need to preface this by saying this is about the actor. And this is why it's an honourable mention and also not as hunky as Tony Todd in my opinion. But because I definitely cannot like go on a limb and say like the character is a fox. This is purely about the actor. Also, I've talked about this on Letterboxd before. Krug Stilo just screams to me as a name of like a bunch of people sat around a table in the 70s trying to be like, what is the name of a villain? And they were like, his name's Krug Stilo. It's like, nobody's called that. No. Nobody on this planet is called that. That film is really bad. I watched it like early this year, late last year. And I just remember being completely horrified by the entirety of it. And I'm pretty sure they remade it, which didn't need to be done.
I watched it recently because I was wanting to watch a lot of Wes Craven's stuff because obviously mostly I know Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream. Yeah. And then I know a few other little bits and pieces. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to, because I've got a book about him, so I wanted to watch the rest of him. And I watched that one because that's his first, and then I haven't watched any of his other ones.
Last House on the Left to me is in the same kind of vein as like I Spit on Your Grave. Yeah. I mean, they're both just like gratuitous violence, also really graphic violence.
Yeah.
And
graphic sexual violence. Yeah. It's just not...
And also like really sad. Like the whole concept of it was just really sad and really devastating.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was such a controversial pick, but I have to be true to myself and I have to say that I think David Hess is hunky. But I don't think Krug Stilo's hunky. I think he's awful. Anyway, Mike, do you have any honourable mentions?
I do. I've had to think about it. So, one of the first ones that immediately popped to mind as soon as I started thinking about it was Jason Alexander from the movie The Burning. So Jason Alexander you'll think of as Seinfeld. I can't remember the character's name.
Is he Kramer? No.
He's the
Oh, he's Constanza, George Constanza?
yes. So not someone people would think of as attractive, but if you look at him in The Burning,
Oh.
he is
I just sat forward in my chair.
he is really good looking in The Burning.
Yeah.
I would have had such a crush on him in The Burning.
He's
Burning's
kinda-
like an 80s slasher film. It's fun.
It's kind of giving me
just
Sean
silly.
Astin almost when he was young.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see it.
Yep. And like he is one that I'm like, oh, he's really hot in that.
Yeah.
And I have thought about whether or not he's Silver Fox territory, but I don't think we could do a whole episode on Jason Alexander. We maybe could do, but
We could, depending on how many films he's been in, because I
Yeah.
obviously know him from Seinfeld. He was also an unsub in Criminal Minds.
Mm.
It was an awful lot.
he was also in the original Broadway cast of Merrily We Roll Along.
Oh, there we go. We could make it work.
Yeah. So that's that. Also, Kathy Moriarty from Casper,
Moriarty.
who she plays
remember-
Carrigan Crittenden. She's the villain.
I
Like
remember Casper so strongly from my
she's
childhood.
the sexy villain who's like
Oh, yeah.
chain smoking with a really cigarette and whiskey voice.
Oh yeah, she's really beautiful.
She's really sexy.
Yeah, she's cool.
And then like Friday the 13th is full of sexy people.
Oh.
Or the whole series. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
point, right? Hot young people, fucking, drinking,
Mhm.
dying, right?
the
That's the
whole
whole. So there are two that I mean, you could pick out a lot
Mhm.
from across the franchise. But two that I wanted to pick out was Tom McBride from Friday the 13th Part 2 and Doug Bell from Friday the 13th Part 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm googling them for myself.
Tom McBride in Part 2 is the guy in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
And that actor also died quite young. So
Oh, that is a sexy man.
yeah, he was a gay man and he was openly gay at that time and HIV,
Oh,
died of
God.
HIV.
God
But
rest his soul.
really handsome guy.
He's really hunky.
And Doug Bell from Friday the 13th Part 4 who gets a shower death.
The highest honor.
Yeah.
I nearly included a few of the people from Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like the older camp counselors
Yeah.
on Sleepaway Camp, very sexy.
Also, unfortunately, Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street, he's really pretty in Nightmare on Elm
That's
Street.
that's the worst part, is that he is like
Yeah.
quite sexy. I remember Glenn Lance strongly from my childhood because he wore a crop top.
Yeah.
Which is the same reason I nearly picked people from Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
It's their crop tops, because there's like a scene in Sleepaway Camp where they're playing baseball and
Yeah.
this guy's wearing tiny shorts and a crop top.
You can see the dates on the coins in his pocket.
Yeah.
Like that's how tight they are.
And then there's like the iconic line, "Eat shit and live."
Eat shit and live. Elsie's go too.
I love Sleepaway Camp. It's just it's really bad.
Maybe we should
It's
watch
really good.
Sleepaway Camp.
I think we should.
We should do like a live.
A live watching of Sleepaway Camp. Could you imagine? We should be on Gogglebox, but just for horror
Oh
films.
my god.
Could you imagine?
We'd literally just be saying eat shit and live to each other the entire time.
Why not?
Oh.
Right. Do we have any Fox facts
How do we
about...
Fox facts? Should we just do trivia about the films?
Yes, I think so. I think that could work. Because I mean, my Fox fact about Tony Todd was that he's 6'5".
Obviously, I didn't pick like
One Fox.
I mean, obviously, one Fox fact is that Angelica Houston reads tarot cards in my dream.
Yes. I don't think any of you knew that. But
No.
we're revealing this to you. So I've got my first fact about 1992 Candyman. The bees were bred specifically for this movie. They needed
Wow.
to make sure the bees were only 12 hours old, so they looked like mature bees, but their stinger wouldn't be powerful enough to do any damage. They needed specifically 12-hour-old bees.
That's insane. Oh, one thing that's interesting about the Addams, and not specifically about the Addams Family movie, but just the Addams Family in general, is Grandmama.
Mhm.
It is never clear if she's Morticia's mum or Gomez's mum. Like in the movies, she's explicitly Morticia's mum, and in the original series, she was Gomez's mum. And in the musical, they make a joke. Gomez is like, my mother. I thought she was your mother. Like, it's, a whole thing.
I love that when it's just like, it's become a thing now that it's like a play on it.
Yeah.
I'm reading here, Tony Todd negotiated a bonus of $1,000 for every bee sting he suffered during filming, and he was stung 23 times.
I had heard that.
That's brilliant. That's a smart man.
One of the things I find really interesting about how they film it is that Morticia, I don't know if it's 100% of the time, but the majority of the time is shot with a bar of light across her eyes. So the rest of her is darker, and there's just this one like bar just across her eyes.
That's brilliant.
And it's really interesting. It's quite clear. There's one scene in Addams Family Values where they go out for dinner, and there's Gomez sitting next to her looking, tan and lit normally, brightly, and then next to him is Morticia, dark with that bar of light. And it's just really cool.
I love that. I love little bits like that.
And I'm like, that must have caused such a headache for setting up shots. But it's such a little thing that you may not even notice.
The dedication to detail. But then if you do notice, you notice.
Yeah.
Oh.
God, I'm just thinking of that scene when they're at dinner and just Gomez and Morticia are dancing and being charming, and Fester is trying to impress Joan Cusack, so he puts like breadsticks up his nose and he's just smiling at her and she looks so gross. And then they go back to Morticia and Gomez dancing, and then it cuts back to Joan Cusack and Fester, the breadsticks are out of his nose and he's obviously looking distracted and off in the middle distance. And then Joan Cusack looks back at him and he realizes and he's like, oh, puts the breadsticks in his nose again. He's like, this is my charming moment.
He's like, the ladies are going to love this.
I love him so much.
Quick, the woman's looking at me.
Also, there's a camp, they're at a camp and they're doing a staging of like a play of the first Thanksgiving. And you sort of think Wednesday has become brainwashed through various, shenanigans. And then when she's supposed to be like, wow, she was playing Pocahontas.
Yes, I remember that.
And she's like, wow, she's supposed to be like, yes, I accept your invitation to dinner. But instead, she snaps out of it and she's like, you have stolen our land. And then she like organizes a coup and all of the people playing Native Americans burn down this. Just phenomenal.
It's brilliantly done.
So good.
I remember her dressed as Pocahontas really specifically, and also the bit where they're like on the dock and they're meant to be like jumping into the water or whatever. Yes. And I can't remember what she says, but I remember that scene like really.
She's supposed to save one of that, like her rival girl, basically. Her rival girl wants to be an actress, so she's like, I'll play the victim, and she jumps in and she's like, I can't swim, I'm drowning, help. And then she sinks, and then Wednesday shot goes back to Wednesday, who's supposed to be the lifesaver, and Wednesday just goes, I can't swim. Shot back to the lake and you just see air bubbles on the surface. Yeah,
it's so masterfully done. I've just read here, whenever Candyman is walking, his footsteps have no sound, signifying his status as rumour and mythology powered by superstition come to life.
Ooh.
And also apparently the director made Virginia Madsen and Tony Todd take ballroom dancing classes together so they would have more of a romantic connection when playing the characters.
Wow. Candyman's really cool because it's got so
film.
much like race stuff in it. Like it's because it's an investigation of the ghetto and like how black people are really systemically mistreated and underfunded. And
I was talking to my sister about this and this is okay. Candyman's a really good film and I could not have done it better than the original writers, but this is me. I think this is also stems from the fact like I find a horror film scarier when there is no supernatural aspect to it. When I don't find supernatural that scary. What I find scary is finding out that it was like inherently human, right? Yeah. Because it's easy to like claim something as supernatural or think it's supernatural, but really it was just human. So
I'm the opposite. I tend to find supernatural stuff more scary.
I can't get into it. And I had these same qualms about Longlegs. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Longlegs, I would have found Longlegs a lot scarier if it had been inherently human all along, right? So it's just me. But when I was watching Candyman, the bit where Virginia Madsen, or Helen, is explaining it to her friend Bernadette, and she explains that her apartment building was built as like a housing project, and essentially has the same layout to Cabrini Green. It was just put in a, higher socioeconomic area. And then she explains that if you take the mirror off the bathroom, there's like a gap through to the next, apartment.
Yeah.
To me, what would have made Candyman even better, and this is just to me, so this is not saying how it should have gone, if it had been revealed that it really was somebody that was accessing the apartments through tunneling through the walls of Cabrini Green and breaking in through the mirrors, that would have been so much better to me. Like, everyone thinks it's this big legend and you say his name 5 times and he appears, but really what it is there's a guy waiting in the walls. He hears you say his name, he breaks through the mirror and he kills you.
If it was just like
and then he escapes back through the gap in the wall, like, that would have been also a really awesome premise. And then if he was actually descended from the guy who had a relation with a white woman and then was fucking lynched by a bunch of racists.
Also because there are real stories of people living in walls.
Yeah,
and unsuspecting
frogging
people.
is what it's called.
Oh,
my mum watches
horrifying.
there's this woman that makes documentaries. I think her name's Stacey Dooley or something like that. My mum's obsessed with her, and she made this one on frogging about people that live in other people's houses without them knowing.
Yeah.
Fucking terrifying
It's
premise.
such a creepy thought.
But the concept, like, and this is just, to me, I would have loved it so much more if it had been like Candyman was actually a guy that was living in the walls of Cabrini Green.
Yeah.
But I completely agree. I think the message that it makes about the systemic racism and the fact that, because it's happening in the projects, because it's happening in Cabrini Green, it's not as important.
Yeah.
And then also, to me, the fact that Helen's apartment block was made as a housing project but just happened to be put in a higher socioeconomic area. I really like when media calls out the idea of what was stopping it being you.
Yeah.
There was nothing stopping it being you except maybe circumstance.
Yeah.
It very easily could have been you. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
But it was these people in Cabrini Green. And I think it's a really, really good film. And I was surprised by how good it was. Yeah, it got a little bit silly and carried away in areas, as does any horror film kind of from like the 90s. It was still a really good film.
Yeah.
God,
I haven't watched it in ages. It's definitely
I definitely think you should watch it. I think it was just, it was also like, sorry, fuck Helen's husband. He's
like a professor or something.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
And Helen is like suspicious of one of his students, Stacy. And then he's like, "No, don't worry about Stacy, it's fine." And then the minute Helen's out of the picture, Stacy's in the house.
Stacy's there. So
fuck that guy, but whatever.
Do you find supernatural stuff less scary because you don't believe in...
I think so. I think that's me. I live in what should effectively be a haunted house. It was built in the 1800s. It's very close to a cemetery. Like, I live in a haunted house. But I just don't believe in it.
Okay.
And that's not in the sense that I just think it's like impossible. To me, I'm not scared of like ghosts or spirits, because to me, the concept of being like a ghost, when I think of it, it's like, oh, that must be really lonely. Like, especially if you die before like your friends or your family or stuff like that. To me, if there's a ghost present, it would be like, oh, they're just really lonely. And also, I just like, I don't get into vampire or werewolf or any of that kind of stuff, because I just don't, like, I can't. To me, I would have to suspend my disbelief, and I just can't do it to that degree. Whereas for me, when like the killer's like, it's a murder or something like that, the scariest movie to me is the 2008 film The Strangers.
Right, that's the Liv Tyler
home invasion. The reason that is so scary to me is for that end scene where Liv Tyler is like pleading with these people, and she says to them, why are you doing this? And they respond, because you were home.
Yeah.
And it's that idea to me that there is nothing she could have done or could not have done that would have
It
changed
wasn't
these
her
things.
actions.
It wasn't about her. It was purely wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
And I think that to me is really frightening because of the realism of it. Because once again, kind of what I was talking about before with Candyman, what's stopping that from being you?
Yeah.
Whereas for me, when I think of like occult or supernatural or things like that, what's stopping that from being me? Well, in my mind, it's the fact that it doesn't exist.
Right.
So there's less fear factor for me.
Yeah.
I did watch the Conjuring films. I did jump in the films, but that was like jump scares.
Jumps are different.
I wasn't necessarily sitting there being like, oh, this is scary.
See, I'm a big believer in ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily, I don't believe in vampires and werewolves. That's me when I'm hungover. No, I'm a big believer in ghosts.
Yeah.
So that is quite scary to me because I've had things that I believe to be paranormal. I actually went ghost hunting on Saturday night.
Love that.
And like things happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, there is a part of me that believes because it is fun to believe.
Yes.
So with me, I'm not sure where that line is of genuine 100% belief to the core of me.
Yeah.
And I believe this because it's fun and because I enjoy
which you should be doing.
believing it.
Like,
you know,
should
so
be
there's
able to do.
So there's definitely a line, and there are like people talk about orbs in photos, and I'm always like, nah, it's fucking bullshit. Nah. But you know, there are like, do you want to see the scariest photo that we caught from Saturday night?
I would love to.
Okay, so I did not take this photo, but I was there when it was taken. So this is a hallway. It is an empty hallway. You will see a long corridor, and you will see a stuffed toy in the middle. Tell me what else you see. Feel free to zoom in.
Oh my god, what is that orange thing in the distance?
Feel free to zoom in.
Oh my god, it's a person's face.
There was no one sitting there.
No, 100%.
There was 100%. There was no one sitting there.
That looks like a fucking scarecrow mask type thing.
There was no one sitting there.
There is, okay, because once again, this is audio only. There is like a distinct orange glow. There was like no torch or anything.
But it looks like, to me, it looks like someone's sitting there with a light from under them. It doesn't look like a scarecrow mask. Being
illuminated.
But it does look like there's like a low-cut dress or something.
It looks like a scarecrow mask to me, because to me that looks like there's like something around there, and then that's the bottom of the burlap sack.
That looks like the start of maybe like a black dress.
Yeah.
And so that's skin, but there's maybe like a necklace.
Yeah. That looks like a person.
It's just 100%.
I think for me, it's not so much that I'm like firmly not a believer, but I think to understand me as I'm a very logical person, and that comes from my father's very logical. He's very analytical. I'm a very logical person, and I believe really strongly in like Occam's razor, where if you are trying to work something out, usually the most obvious answer is the answer, and it's less likely to be fanciful. So when I think of something and I'm like, and where some people might be like, oh, that's ghosts. For me, when I look at it, I'm like, well, that's not ghosts, it's X, and it's a thing that actually exists.
Yeah.
And that's just who I am. Does that mean that I don't believe? No, I don't think so. I think and I wouldn't even call myself a skeptical. I think I'm just open to anything being the answer. But me and myself, I'm not a great believer. But I also am totally like, I love listening to people talk about like, oh, we had this experience with ghosts, because I like in my mind being like, well, if that's what happened for them, then that happened, and that's a crazy thing, where I'm not listening to that going, there's no way that's possible, blah blah blah. I think it's a totally like, I don't know, different strokes for different folks, and it's totally open to interpretation, and everyone has their own experiences. But that photo was fucking crazy.
That hallway, there was there are a lot of things. I was there at that building. It's the SPCA, which used to be the Fever Hospital.
Yes.
And it was built like 100 years ago, and has been used for various things, but was a fever hospital for a very long time. Lots of people died there, known to be one of the most haunted buildings in Wellington. And I was there from about 8 o'clock at night until about 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30-ish. And there were lots of things that happened that I was like, it's the wind, that's pipes,
Yeah.
That's the rain. Lots of that's
Mm.
someone walking down another corridor. All of that. That corridor that I showed you that photo in, genuine stuff happened in that. So we were at sort of the start of the corridor, and there was a laundry,
Hmm.
and my friend was in the laundry, and I was standing sort of at the door, most in the corridor, but sort of at the door of the laundry. And my friend said, "Okay, if you're there, I'm gonna tap on this piece of wood, and I want you to make a noise back. I want you to repeat what I do." So she went, and then a couple of seconds passed, and then from the far end of the corridor,
Oh
there
my God.
was,
Right.
and we weren't allowed right down that end because that's where the sick animals were. So no one was there.
Oh.
So, like,
Yeah.
but again, there could be so many logical explanations, but it's fun to think it's ghosts.
Exactly. And there's no reason you can't think that, especially if you're going out to do ghost hunting.
Yeah.
If you're doing ghost hunting, you're standing there and you'll be like, no, it's the wood expanding. It's like, then why the fuck did you come out to do this?
And also, a lot of it is just how you feel, right?
Yeah.
Because ghosts are supposed to affect how you feel. So if something happens to you, like, I'm maybe a little peckish, but
Yeah.
that's all. Whereas when that happened, I had full head body
Yeah.
tingles. It's vibes. But you can believe or not, I think it's fun.
Believe whatever you want to believe.
Yeah,
That's the point of it.
yeah, exactly. So do these foxes fuck?
There's no easy way to ease into this one.
Oh, we've just bullshitted so much. I'm so sorry.
This is meant to be the spooky episode, though.
Yeah,
Spooky episode.
true.
So,
Okay, well, have you had any experiences that you think might be paranormal or could potentially be? Or are you full like, nah?
like, I know, like, my family, it's like my mum believes that she has and things, and like, my mum tells this story where my maternal grandfather passed away about 3 months before I was born, and then my maternal grandmother lived with us for a while. My mum was telling this story about she tells a lot about how my grandmother was meant to go on a trip and she needed her passport because this was like just after 9/11, so you needed passports to travel like domestically. And my grandmother lost her passport, and my mum and my dad were like tearing their hair out because they were like, oh my God, she's leaving tomorrow, she doesn't have her passport, da da da. And then supposedly the night before the trip, my grandmother had a dream that her husband, my grandfather, told her to check under the drawer liner.
Yeah.
And so she randomly checked under the drawer liner and her passport was there. And mum was like, we had checked under the drawer liner, obviously we had, but there was like a false bottom in the drawer and stuff and da da da. So mum's like a big believer in that kind of thing. I've never really had anything because once again, I would just be like, oh, that was
It's the wind.
Like when I lived in an apartment once, and I came home from work and I was emptying the dishwasher, and like in the dishwasher there was like a sticker for like an authenticity for a snapback
Yeah.
sticker just like in my dishwasher. And to me, instead of being like, oh, that's like paranormal, how did that get in there? I was like, oh, somebody's been in my house and I haven't been there. So that's like that. I tend to go more towards like nefarious than paranormal. So I wouldn't say that I've had like instances where I was like, I think this is a ghost being involved.
And I do think a lot of times people just see what they want to see or think. Like one of the ladies, not the most recent time, but a previous time, she's on a mobility scooter.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one stage where it would beep and then stop working. And she was like, it never does that. And her husband like said, no, when you leave it and don't engage with it for a while, it turns off. And that's the sound of it turning off. That's normal. But then it kept happening throughout the night. And she's like, it never does this. I don't know what is happening. It's so... I'm like,
Your husband's like, sweetheart,
I think that maybe... It's just...
I don't think the ghost want your mobility scooter, sweetheart.
It's so funny.
But I completely agree. It all depends, because maybe if I was more of like a believer, I would look back on situations and be like, that was paranormal.
Yeah.
But I just personally don't think so, because I will always find like a more solid, like tangible, that was this to explain it. But it's just me.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, does my fox fuck? Okay, so if you're not familiar with the podcast, we have a bit where we do a Punnett square asking whether or not our fox fucks. So they can either land on has had sex and knows what sex is, has had sex, doesn't know what sex is, or hasn't had sex knows, hasn't had sex doesn't know. So, and it's about the character. It's not about the actor. It's about the character themselves. And fucking, even if we saw them fuck in the movie, like it's more of a mindset.
Yeah.
I think the Candyman. I don't think the Candyman's fucking. I think potentially.
What about when he was alive?
Yeah, that's one thing. Potentially back in the day he was, and maybe that's what got him into some strife. Not to say that that was deserved or anything, but I think that could have potentially been a catalyst.
Was he supposedly having an affair with a white woman?
I think it was, yeah. He was having an affair with a white woman, and then a bunch of the racist hillbillies from the area lynched him. He's not fucking. He knows what sex is, but he's not fucking. He's actually just terrorizing.
Yeah.
But he wears a really sick coat, so he could pull.
Yeah.
He could be.
You'd be in.
Yeah. I'd be just mind the hook.
Yeah. Mind the hook, mind the bees.
Also, can I just say the fact that the hook is like stuffed into the stump is like it really makes my skin
visceral,
crawl.
isn't it?
Like it's so to me, but that's fine. How about multiple of the Addams family?
Look, I would say, with the exception of the children,
yeah, obviously.
Lurch and Uncle Fester,
Lurch could be.
Everyone else is fucking. Every single person.
Gomez and Morticia, morning, noon, and night.
Yep. And everyone knows what sex is, apart from Uncle Fester.
Yeah, he would love to know, but nobody's ever let him in on like.
Yeah, he has theories. He has ideas.
He thinks he knows what it is, but if you actually was like, "What sex?" he'd be like, "It's it's a combination of things." He'd be like, "He has no idea."
Yeah, if he were to learn about the birds and the bees, I feel like it would be from Wednesday. I feel like Wednesday would have that talk with him.
She'd be like, "For God's sakes," and he'd be like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no one told me that.
Exactly.
Lurch
would be if you were there.
If I was there.
Yeah.
If I had my way.
Yeah.
We'd have our way.
You'd be lurching on it.
I would be, you rang.
You came.
I love making the joke, you rang, because people that get it love it, and then other people are like, what are you talking about?
Don't get it. Not a clue.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Thing is definitely fucking. I think Thing.
Hasn't it?
Hasn't it? Canonically.
Yeah. Canonically fucks.
Yeah. Like in the second one, him and Margaret have a baby, and the baby is called what?
That's right. My God, Margaret as well.
I love Margaret. Her and It are, I would say her and It are hornier than Gomez and Morticia.
Gomez and Morticia. I think Gomez and Morticia are more reserved about it. Like, they're more suave about it.
I disagree. They do have sex in the middle of an auction.
Yeah, they're like, but I feel like it's more because they're a little bit more like, I think suave's the word. Like, they're definitely more, what's the word? I'm trying to think. They're cooler about it. Whereas It and Margaret are just. Also, Joan Cusack in that film.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Oh, yeah.
And if I was there, it would increase tenfold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm thinking about Angelica Houston again. I just love that woman.
She's so beautiful.
And her and the witches.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's also. Have you ever seen the TV show Smash?
No.
She's also in Smash, which is a 2-season show about the making of a Broadway musical, and it's got Angelica Houston. It's got Broadway stars like Christian Borle, and it's got Deborah Messing from Will and Grace.
Oh, I love Deborah Messing.
Jennifer Hudson is in it. One of the Jonas, Nick Jonas, is that the Nick Jonas is in it.
Okay.
Like lots of people are in it, and it's
star-studded cast.
It is an okay show.
It's all right.
It is. It's a musical show, but it's got original songs and some covers as well.
Smash.
But it does have one of the fatal flaws is that the whole thing is about they're making a musical about Marilyn Monroe called Bombshell, and the whole plot hinges on who they're going to cast as Marilyn, and it's out of Ivy, who is played by Broadway star Megan Hilty, who is an incredible singer, who is curvy, who is blonde, who is a phenomenal actress, or the other one, and I can't remember her name, but she's played by Catherine McPhee.
Okay, okay.
From, I think she's an American Idol. Is she like?
Catherine McPhee. She's
I call her Dead Eyes McPhee because
no,
she
I don't
cannot
know
act.
her McPhee. Oh, I know her. She was on American
Yeah,
Idol. She was a runner-up on the fifth season.
her is like a skinny twig,
Yeah.
brunette, cannot act, doesn't sing
She's
as well as
Harmony in the House
McNulty.
Bunny.
Like it's just so stupid because the whole thing is built around this competition and the choice is obvious.
It's obviously, yeah, you're just describing it to me and I know it's the first one.
Yeah, exactly. So it's yeah, but Angelica Houston plays like the producer,
Oh, wow.
and she's incredible, and she has a tiny song. She sings a little bit. She sings the September song.
What, like
Um,
Earth, Wind and Fire? 21st night of September.
no, it's called the September song.
Oh, okay.
It's like an old standard.
Not
Yeah,
to me.
I'll show you.
Weird degree of separation. Angelica Houston's brother, Danny Houston, was married to Virginia Madsen from
Look at that.
Candyman.
And Angelica Houston dated Jack Nicholson for a very
Yes.
long time, and his son is in Smile too.
That I heard he was.
Yeah.
I know I've talked about it on the podcast before, but I like distinctly remember, and also kind of relating back to what we were talking about earlier, where Roman Polanski used Jack Nicholson's house to sexually assault a 13-year-old girl,
Yeah.
and Angelica Houston turned up and like foiled it.
Yeah.
She was like trying to get into the room.
She's a queen.
I think she had to leave. Like, she like left the house, and obviously like
Yeah.
Roman Polanski's the fucking worst. But yeah, she was there, and she was like, "What the fuck's going on in there? Why have you got a 13-year-old girl?
Solid question.
Fuck that guy." So we are at a very important moment. Mike, who's our next box? Oh my god. Oh my god, I need to write a note so I can get working quite fast.
I've got options.
Oh god.
And I need to sort out.
Sort your life
I
out.
need to sort my life out. Oh. Okay.
Oh god. I'm so excited.
Okay. I'm going to say Michelle Pfeiffer. Lady Fox 2.
Lady Fox the second.
2 Lady, 2 Fox.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's crazy.
Is that a good shout?
Velma Von Tussle.
Are we happy with that?
Velma Von Tussle, Catwoman, literally anyone else she plays. She's so sexy.
She's a beautiful woman.
Oh my god. That's an incredible shout. Yes, absolutely. What's the other one? She's Scarface?
Yes?
Yeah,
Maybe?
I think so. I think she's the one in the blue dress.
Maybe.
I'm excited.
Grease 2.
Grease 2. Awooga Wooga. Everyone loves that film. It's a classic.
I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I was tossing
I'm
out
very
between
happy
her
with that.
and a couple of other people.
Oh my god.
And I'm happy we've gone with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh my god. That's a great shout. I did not know where that was going to go. That's a really great shout. Okay. So, it's time for us. We need to get on Letterboxd, Mike.
Oh,
We need to do
yeah.
some ratings. So, Mike, can you tell us what your Letterboxd username is?
My Letterboxd username and my Instagram username, if you want to follow me personally, One Hat Madder. That's ONEHATMADDER.
Brilliant.
And what about yours? Let's embarrass you once again.
Every time. My Letterboxd username, for those that are interested, is DixieNormus69. That is DixieNormus69, because we're from New Zealand. There's a U in there. DixieNormus69. And Mike, what are you rating Addams Family and Addams Family Values?
So, there's a lot of nostalgia playing into this.
Yeah.
Generally, Addams Family Values is seen as the better of the two.
Yeah, and I would say that too.
However, I grew up with Addams Family more than Addams Family Values.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to like the first one more, even if the second one is better and has better gags and goofs.
Yeah.
I still like the first one more. Addams Family 1991 is getting 5 stars from
Wow.
Addams Family Value is getting 4.5.
That's brilliant. They are really good films. I would not argue with that.
I love them so much.
Mm-hmm.
How about for you? How about Candyman?
Candyman 1992. I'm not gonna lie, it was actually a really good film. Like, I actually really like the premise. Like I said before, I would have probably liked it more if it had been more human, but I was really blown away by Helen's explanation about like how Cabrini Green was built and the whole being in the walls type thing. So I am giving Candyman 1992 3.5 stars.
Okay.
Was it the most like life-changing horror film I've ever seen? No, but I thought it was really good. And Tony Todd was really, really hunky, and he's 6'5".
And his voice.
Yeah, his voice is so brilliant. So yeah, I think the only other thing that makes me like doubt it is how like Candyman literally told Helen like come with me, and she didn't leave her fuck off husband for
Yeah,
Candyman,
I would have.
which is what I would have been doing. So
I would leave my fuck off husband.
yeah, but me and Helen aren't the same. Naturally, I would have survived because I would have freaked. I would have freaked Candyman out.
Yeah,
I would have.
He'd be like,
freaked
you know
him.
what, this bitch is a little bit too much
Yeah,
for me.
he would have been having to say my name 5 times in the mirror. Like, he would have been scared of me.
Elsie, 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 Elsie.
Elsie, Elsie, Elsie. Get her out of the house. You know, in Beetlejuice where you say home 3 times
Yes.
and you go back? Be like, what's the fucking reverse? What's the reverse
Oh, no,
button?
reverse. Oh, no, reverse.
I don't want it anymore. Okay. So, if you guys would like to see our costumes, or
We
you
are
would like
still
to,
wearing our costumes.
we are still wearing our costumes.
Minus my mask.
If you guys want to keep up with us and just find out what's going on, you can follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
We have an Instagram.
You pointed at me. I already
Pointed at
follow
you.
us on Instagram.
It is at the Silver Fox Office. And also, we have an email address where
Yeah.
you can literally hit us up on email and say, hey, I think you should do this, Fox. Hey, I want to be a guest on the podcast. Hey, tell me all your thoughts about this specific film, and we will send you an essay each.
Hey, this is me, Steve Buscemi. Please
Who?
cease and desist.
Yeah, hey, this is me, Steve Buscemi. I want to come to New Zealand for the summer, and I want to hang out with both of you and
Yeah.
maybe give you mouth kisses. Like,
This is Clancy Brown. I am not a Republican.
I'm not a Republican, but here's a pic. Winky face. Hey, this is Clancy Brown. Here's a voice memo of me reading you guys the phone book.
As Mr. Krabs.
It's all going to be received warmly. Our email address is thesilverfoxoffice@gmail.com.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's how you can get in touch with us.
Cool.
Steve.
Also, not going to give too much away, but keep your eyes peeled on the feed. There may be a little something happening.
You never know.
Who knows?
You know, there might be a trick. There might be a treat.
Halloween is a special spooky time of year. Who knows what surprises are in store?
Or up our sleeve.
Ooh, my voluminous sleeve
Your voluminous sleeve.
that Elsie made.
Yes, your sewn sleeve. Well, Steve Buscemi, if you are listening to this and you do want to,
Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi.
Like a ghost. Yeah.
I actually really want to watch Monsters Inc. See him as Randall. I feel like that could make that a Halloween film.
Randy Randall.
Get Randy with Randall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve, if you're listening to this,
That sounds like a sex tape. Get Randy with Randall.
well, it could be. Steve, if you're listening. No, Steve, I love you so much. I can't wait to see you on the next season of Wednesday. I can't wait to see you when you email us.
Can't wait to see you exploring. No, I was going to say Angelica Houston's body, and then I was like, oh, that seems inappropriate. And then I was going to say Raul Julia's body, and I was like, oh, he's
Tony
dead.
Todd?
Yeah, Tony Todd. Yes, Tony Todd bod.
Or we could go back to Clancy Brown, like
Oh, I mean, anyone really.
really anyone.
But we do want to have prior approval.
Yeah, obviously, Steve, we love you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Steve.
You're the king of our heart and our podcast. You are the patron saint of this podcast, whether you like it or not.
I feel like when I move and one of the rooms becomes our spare room / podcast studio, we should get like a cardboard cutout of
Well,
Steve
I'm
Buscemi.
gonna have to get you a very large Steve Buscemi like to frame on the wall. That's your housewarming gift.
Oh, great.
Obviously, we'll just pop it up on the wall there so we can always look at him and get
Yeah.
blow him
Steve,
kisses.
love you, Steve.
you, Steve.
Jared may hate that.
I don't think he has a choice.
No, you're right.
It's the podcast studio, babe. Come on. Just one massive photo of Steve Buscemi. Just one. I have a
That's all I ask.
humongous photo of Pete Davidson in my dining room. And when I say humongous, like I misunderstood the measurements. I had to get a custom frame for it. So we could do something similar for Steve. You might have to wallpaper the house with it, but you never know.
The Steve Room Shimi.
Welcome to the Steve themed guest room. You find the Raul Julia room down the end of the hall. The Clancy Brown room was actually just on your right as you came through the front door.
Yeah.
So you might have to go back. You live in a mansion and each room is themed with a different silver fox.
And every episode we have to have another room.
The Michelle. Oh, you mean the Michelle Pfeiffer garage? I'm sorry.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, the Jeff Goldblum closet. Yeah.
Which I will now come out of. Oh my god, I can't wait to see your house. Jared's going to have to get cool with a lot of stuff really quick.
He already is, bless him. He puts up with a lot.
Patient man. He is a patient man. Alrighty. Well, this has been another fun little potty scene.
You're doing a lot of shoulder movements.
We went off the rails sufficiently.
Not as bad as our Clancy Brown episode.
That one was crazy.
That's how most.
That was crazy to listen to when I was editing. I was like, oh, did we really say that? The old Nancy Reagan.
The old Nancy Reagan. Oh.
Anyway.
Anyway, everyone. Love you. Have a great time. And
Happy Halloweens.
Yeah.
Pants.
Your father and I are trying to work things out.
We're going to work things out. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.